You know, wherever I go, people are talking to me about work-life balance. Work-life balance, or rather life-life balance. You see, I don't like the word work-life balance because what's the opposite of work? Well, leisure, I guess. But what's the opposite of life? It's death. Well, that implies that work is death and leisure is life. Well, so I prefer to talk of life-life balance. But let's, at least for the moment, talk about the word work-life balance because that's what other people talk about. Most people who are executives between the age of, say, 25 and 45 in places like Europe, Japan, the United States would say that work-life balance, or getting a better balance in their life, is now #1 or #2 career priority. And that's the case for those coming out of MBAs from some of the leading business schools around the world. It's the main focus of conversation for many people when they come home, or it's one of the main focuses. At every conference I speak at, I've asked tens of thousands of executives this question. Put your hands in the air if in the last year you've had a serious, intense, important conversation with someone you love about getting a better balance in your life. And all those hands go up. And I say, well, you know what the trouble is? Your bosses are just the same, and so are the people underneath you. So what are we going to do about it? Now, many companies have started to rethink this whole thing. They're beginning to realize that in a war for talent, where people are everything that you have, your future is the people that you have, and if you have the best people, you'll have the best future. The only way to win the best people is to offer the best people what they want. And the days of being able to attract the best by just increasing salaries is long gone. Because the more you pay people, the faster they'll leave. That's been the experience of banks for a long time. You've got people who take early retirement at the age of 31. Why? Because life's too short. They want to get a balance in their lives. They want to put something back. They want to do something else. So people are motivated by more than money. They're motivated by the passion of a challenge, by working with a friendly team, by being part of a family group, by the mission of the organization. They're motivated by the need to earn for their families maybe, or for those that they love, to give them some choices in life. And they're motivated by all kinds of different things, but they're not just motivated about the pay packet or the job description or the job title or the size of the fast car in the driveway of their home. And if I ask at conferences now, in 2008, how many people are now including a better work-life balance as part of the job offer, I'm seeing 10–12% put their hands up. It used to be 0 just 3 or 4 or 5 years ago. Many corporations are therefore seeing it as fundamental to attracting the best. They're saying, come to us for the best work-life balance in the pharmaceutical business. Come to us for the best work-life balance in the banking industry. Now, of course, when you ask them, they say, well, there's a problem here. We know we have to offer these things, but we don't know how to deliver it. So we're now asking the people who are coming in to help us to do that. But it's at least a step. Because what it's doing is it's putting it firmly on the strategic agenda of these organizations, saying this is a priority area, we know we have to deal with it, we know we're killing people physically, we're killing them socially with their families, we're killing them mentally, we're driving them out, and we want to find a better way. And as they do these things, of course, they are also very often sorting out another fundamental issue, which is the loss of over half of their best talent, which is the women in the organization. And I can't tell you how many different industries it is where I go into an executive conference and I look around the room and I see only maybe 2%, 3%, 4%, 5%, 20% women, 30% women, and I always ask the same question, where's the rest? Because I know that most of the best talent, just over half of the best talent in most of those organizations that's been coming in will have been female. According to all the statistics, women are outperforming men in most university courses, in most MBAs, in medicine. In some parts of the world, there are now 70% of the best female graduates are women, and so on. And the question is, where does all this talent go? There are many boards today, many executive teams today, right at the top of the largest multinationals, who are only there because the women decided not to compete. They are less competent than the women that were driven out by the macho culture, by the intolerance of part-time working, by the insensitivity to the needs of someone who actually thinks there's more to life than work. She actually thinks there's family issues as well. And the loss of these people has meant the artificially fast, accelerated promotion of people who, quite frankly, in some cases should never have been there and would never have got anywhere near such positions if those very talented women had chosen to stick it out. So we're in for an interesting time, an interesting season. Will the world be a better place with a better work-life balance? I sincerely hope so.